Northern California could be losing one of its most famous tourist spots if President Trump's plan to reopen Alcatraz Island as a prison comes to fruition. Let's go to Ana Maria DiPietro from the Fact Check team to discuss this further. So a lot of interest here. Tell us everything we need to know about the plan as well as the potential cost.
Right. So back in May, President Trump announced he was directing the DOJ, FBI, and DHS to reopen an enlarged and rebuilt version of Alcatraz to house the country's, quote, most ruthless and violent offenders. But according to reporting by Axios, that would come at a cost of about $2 billion. Last week, Attorney General Pam Bondi and Interior Secretary Doug Burgum toured the island to determine whether the president's plan could be achieved. Burgum wrote on X that the visit was done to start working to, quote, renovate and reopen the site to house the most dangerous criminals and illegals.
On that note, the president has an infamous history. Tell us more about who did time there.
Yes, so some of the biggest names include the notorious Al Capone, American gangster George Machine Gun Kelly, and Alvin Karpist, who was dubbed the first ever public enemy #1. The Bureau of Prisons says most of the incarcerated were those who refused to conform to the regulations at other federal institutions or who were considered to be at risk of escaping.
Ana Maria, thank you. Obviously, not everyone on board with this. Later on, Ana Maria will be back to break down why Alcatraz shut down and reaction from the left regarding Trump's plan. The Trump administration is floating the idea to reopen Alcatraz Island as a prison again, but it would reportedly come with a $2 billion price tag. Let's go to Ana Maria DiPietro from the Fact Check team to discuss. That is a lot of money. Alcatraz stopped operating as a prison in 1963 after about 29 years of operation. Tell us more about what led to that closure.
So the short answer is money. At the time, several $1 million were needed for restoration and maintenance, due partly because of the deterioration caused by the San Francisco Bay's saltwater environment, and that did not include the daily operating costs. The Bureau of Prisons says Alcatraz was 3 times more expensive to operate than any other federal prison. The reason behind that is the isolation of the island, which means everything from food, fresh water, and supplies had to be brought over by boat.
So makes sense. Cost, obviously a big issue. Democrats have been vocal in their opposition to President Trump's plan, most notably former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Tell us more about her comments, her reaction.
So Pelosi's congressional district includes Alcatraz Island, and she said she does not believe the former prison is going to reopen. She called the idea, quote, the Trump administration's stupidest initiative yet. There's also concern regarding the financial loss. The National Park Service says the island gets more than 1 million visitors every year and takes in about $60 million in annual NPS revenue, which helps to fund park projects.
That's an interesting layer of this story. We shall see. Ana Maria, thank you. For more on this Fact Check team topic, including links to their sources, just scan that QR code or visit the National Desk.